Hi everybody. Hey, guess what? We have a chopper in a million pieces. So, here we have it. The cutter head housing, minus the cutter head. So, she's looking good. So far, nothing wrong. Just let me grab my light here. Maybe that'll help out here a minute. Show you a couple things here. So we have a little bit of wear here. You can see this is kind of washed here a bit. Right in here and up in here. And this plate as well here. So we're gonna deal with that. I took our half shells out here. They're just laying loose for now. I will clean them up, put them back in. Same with the other side here. You can see it's got quite a bit of washout here. So I'll probably see if I can get these new plates. I'll clean all this up. Of course, our famous crack came back here again. I welded it up, cracked again. Put a nice new one of those on since the old one was pretty bent and shot. I did end up taking this chain off here. Makes life a lot simpler to grab this thing and push it over so that we can get, I can't show you on that side because the thing's in the way, but there's those two little 90s there with the grease lines. You can't get at them over here, so you got to push this thing over. So that's how I did it. I just took the half link out here, and I will spray this chain down. It's a little sticky. It's not bad. It barely kinks, but still. So okay, now feeder housing here, completely tore apart. There's nothing left. There's like just some odds and ends on it. I mean, that shaft is still in there, and that pulley, and then stuff like that, and that cylinder. But really, honestly, everything else is out of it. Not too much of a big deal. Everything looks pretty darn good. There are some plates and stuff I'm gonna get. The plate for the far side over there on the top or whatever. Where is that thing? Yeah, over there on top. I gotta get a new one of those. It's got a good wear hole in it. What else? They're really, I mean, there's not much really to this thing once you get it all apart. Everything looks pretty good. These plates here that are off here, them are okay. Got our cutter head here on a stand. I made a couple nice just lifting brackets here because I didn't trust knives anymore after we had some instances where they decided to just go flying out of the machine for no reason. So I made some nice brackets here, just some half round pipe. And you can see it even fits in there pretty close. Not gonna argue, this thing ain't that heavy. So, and with two of them, put one on each side, chain in between, shop crane. I don't know why my camera's got all these weird shining lights on it. Sorry about that. Then we got our non-drive side bearing shaft here. Looks good. I see there's a couple little nicks and some spots, and there's a little bit of some seal grooves here. Nothing too serious. Little bit. But this side, now I should have actually threw the bearing on the shaft here to show you, but this is actually wore down quite a bit. You can see a couple years ago I pinned it with a center punch, and it's completely wore down now. And it actually was spinning. The little washer that goes behind here was spinning on the shaft, and it actually grooved a little here and actually wore this shoulder down here a bit. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. What else to tell you? Pulled these guys off. One's bigger than the other. They have a brass bushing in here, but should be good. There was barely any play. There is a little bit, but I mean, there was even when they were brand new. So, and they are marked left and right. And you can see they're physically bigger than each other. So you can't mess them up. So make sure you put them back the way they came. So, took our arms off here. We are going to take our knock sensors off here and just clean this eye up and clean these mating surfaces just a bit. We'll probably end up cleaning this in here, both sides, and both sides as well, like flip it over. I'm going to check these things out here. Now that I have it apart here, you can see we got these little roller bearing things here that actually, like they're bearing And when these things spin, they turn. So I'll probably end up taking it apart and just checking them. Spin the nut off, take them off completely, spin them, see if they need grease. If they do, I'll put some in there if I can get it in there. I don't know what kind of seals they have on them, but then we got our big giant pulley here. So let me get my flashlight again. Oh, you can see on here, this side's got a little more seal grooves here. There's one here and one here because there's two seals. This here isn't a seal groove. That's just a groove. But now we have the other part here. This is the pulley here with the hub. Now, ooh, look at that. I wonder, maybe we need to be replacing this hub too. Shit. Oh, sorry. Oops, I mean, that don't look good. Now let me move this toolbox here. You can see there's something that's definitely been spinning on here. Shoot. Well, that ain't good. So we got to deal with that. I think we might have to get a new one. Shoot. Okay. Got our anvil taken apart here, cleaned up, put back together already. These things spin real nice now. These spin real good. Put some anti-seize on here, you can see. So they spin real nice. That's how you want them, like this. No stickiness, none of that stuff. Just so it spins nicely in circles. Both sides, nicely done. Checked our ledge here, it's okay. This piece. What else to tell you? Working on the feed roller here. Working on our magnet feed roller, the metal detector. I can't show you the magnets, it's not in the shop here. Too many metal filings and stuff in here to have it around. There's no way I'm taking chances with that. So if you're ever working on the metal detector part of this machine, you keep grinders, you keep everything as far away as possible so you get not one speck of magnetic material. So here's our bar here. This is the bar for the metal detector. The metal detector goes on the top on this side up. So we put a new bearing on the end here. Nice new bearing here. Nice new bearing over here. The old one of these was actually pretty shot. And then we have, what is that piece here? Here it is. New one of these. Rings that go on the end here. Like this. Actually goes like this with this grease nipple up. You have to make sure you put your grease nipple in there first, then put it on. And then we got our 3 little rings here. And you can see I got one ring gap there, another ring gap there, and the third one there, so they're not matching. And then this fits in here. And this is the end of our feed roller. And this just actually sits like this in here. And it fits nice. And there is a little bit of a groove in here. Where's my light here? Hang on. Have a look here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there is a little bit of a ring groove in there. You can actually just see it right here above my fingernails. So if it would focus, there it is. It's not real bad. I mean, this is just the grease seal. You can see these things stick past the edge here just a little bit, like that. So they're like piston rings, kind of, that sit in here. I don't know. There's a substantial groove there, kind of, I guess. Okay, so next we have this gearbox off. Now this gearbox was stuck, and I mean stuck. You can see this one here was right full of garbage. Sorry, it's a bad spot. There we go. And this one still had anti-seize in it. You can see. So this one, what we're gonna do here, just hang on, is we have right here, we have an O-ring. You can see an O-ring there. And then I do believe beside the O-ring, yes, right here, I think there is. Now I'm gonna have to, when I take it apart, I'll see. I do believe there's some other rings in there. I gotta clean it up, take it apart yet, and clean this all up. The other one maybe we could see better on. Well, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't call for it. What? All in the parts book, it calls for these things here. These kind of things here. Just hang on, I'll pull one out of the package here for you. It's in the book. It says right in the book that these are required. $29.70. And what they are, oh, they come in a package of 2. It's like this, and they're the same kind of deal. They're like a metal seal here, like this. This is what they are, just ring seals. Supposedly they fit right in here. Oh, no they don't. Okay, I see where they go. Yes, 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 they're on the inside. They're in here. They go on the outside of this thing like this. So then technically the only thing here is just an O-ring here and here. Yes, so these go on the outside. So these actually are for when you take the box apart. Oh, interesting. Okay, so well, we have 2 new O-rings anyhow. All right, and then we got this thing here ready to go. We have this ready to go. We have this. It can go in and get put together, but I do get, and I'm getting another one of these because one was lost. And the key for it here probably hit the bench. There it is. This key here needs to be replaced. You can see it has some wear there on the ends. I don't like that, so I'm going to replace it. Got new brass bushing in here, and on the accelerator housing for this part, brass bushings are new. This is not new, this bearing here. It feels good. I don't feel any play or roughness in it, so it should be fine. We cleaned this up already. Cleaned our mating surfaces nicely. What else? Our gearbox here, we're just waiting for some seals. So we still have our gearbox and a snap ring, actually. I'm waiting for a snap ring. I don't like this snap ring right here. I don't like it. It's too loose. I don't care for it. One end is bent a little too. It's just in there to hold everything. So then we're gonna get some new seals for our, where is it here? So yes, there's parts everywhere in here. Just hang on. So it's on the opposite side. So this is our smooth roller here, smooth roller. And you can see on the far end there, got a couple square faced O-rings, and that's where they sit in that round piece there that I showed you. I'll show you again. Here's our feed roll shafts. Here's the piece from the sharpener. Make sure you label everything, eh? Like this thing, I did label it. Of course, it's on the other end. It's labeled up, and I also drew lines on it so I knew where it went. Then we have all our other random good old stuff here. Feed roll springs. Here's our rock stopper plate. Some of the arms. We got everything here. Whole bunch of shims, some bearings. Here's some of our gearbox here as well. I have this apart. Beautiful wear on the teeth and everything. So still needs to be, this one still needs to be cleaned up a little bit, just the sealing surface a bit, so I can put it together once we get some seals. Here's the other one right here. This one's cleaned up already. I didn't do the other one though yet. Oh, Now I gotta put my rag in the right spot. How did I mess that up? I messed it up good. Okay. Oh, no. All right. Then we got our holders for our shear bar motors here, and an extra holder for one of the electric lines. We got some more parts here. Shear bar motors, plates. When you take your shear bar motors off, check them. Just make sure that these bearings here feel good on these little shafts here. I guess that's it. We could look at this pulley too here. This is good too. There's a little bit of a groove here, nothing too serious. Seems pretty good though. All right. Oh, and I didn't show you. Yes, here, under here, this is our cutter head bearings right here actually. And you can see there's the little washer. So this is actually the right hand side, I believe. So there's that little washer that's in there. The left hand side one is the one that's really in trouble. This one over here. But I'm not going to uncover them unless you guys want me to, but yep, each half. It's half and half. And yep, one half sits on the inside, one half sits on the outside. Fits inside this hole with a shoulder. Small little bolt here to hold it in. Just the inside part to hold it against here as you're trying to put it together. Both sides, one's here, the other one's on top. Should be good. I don't think I missed anything. We got another feed roller down here. We got our upper rear and our upper front here. And actually this upper front one, it's already taken apart. There's actually, I don't even need to show you. Some of the bearings were no good on it. They kind of were okay, but this is it here. Actually, this one, I don't like it. So we're getting a new one. And then we'll get a new one of these as well. This thing here, it's like a mechanical seal. It's got an outer half that fits in the feed roll, and this inner half actually fits on the shaft here like this. It's got a fairly snug fit. It's got a bit of room now, probably because it moved, but and then this one just goes over top. It's got a little thing like that, and they actually sit together right like that, and then they spin. So they spin around each other, and yep. Yeah, and then is it this one? One of our rubber bumpers here was no good either. Oh, God only knows where that thing, oh, it's still on the machine. So this rubber bumper here we're going to replace. You can see this metal is beat up. So we're going to replace that. Yep, and then we got our covers for our cylinders there. And actually we have our top plate here off as well. And this plate here, actually, you can see has got 5 bolts on the side. There's a 6th bolt here. That's actually one of these right here. So you actually have to take this bolt out and loosen all these to separate it and get it apart. And then it just slides out this way out the back. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. Seems like we got her. Yeah.